Hey everybody, it's Ray here, and I am excited because let's try that again. Beep. Hey, it's Ray here, and I'm excited to show you the inside of Prezentar. Now, I will tell you, I am not an expert at this program yet. I'm still learning it too, but it's a very easy program, very well put together. I love the interface, and it's going to allow you to create videos and presentations super fast and easy. Okay, so this is actually kind of the main dashboard area. You can see I've got a couple projects and videos in here already, and if you want to watch the introduction, you can do that here. But what we're going to do is we're going to create something new. So over here, you've got Create Presentation. So we're going to click on that. And that's going to bring us here to these lovely templates, 220 templates to be exact. Now, I do have to make one little caveat on here. I do have access to the entire thing, and you may or may not. I'm not sure which is in the direct front end and which are upsells. So if I hit anything that's an upsell, I apologize. I'm going to try to stick to the main things here. But I've got 220 templates in here. And if you look at these, you can see there's all sorts of great templates in here, beautifully done. Just a ton of these in here that you can create almost anything with. And the great thing is, if you want to do a search, you could do that. So you come up here, and let's say you've got, you want to do web hosting. So you could put hosting, and there you go. You got a couple of what is cloud hosting, and you've got one better ads influence. Okay, so that's great. So if you want to do a search like that, you certainly can, or you can just go back to all the templates here. Then you got over here the X Factor. These are, I'm assuming these are an upgrade, but there are some of these in here that you can check out as well. And of course, here are my projects that I've already messed around with. Okay, you can see I was messing around with a few of those. If we come back here to these templates, so all you have to do to create a video is pick one of the templates. Now, mind you, if you're doing something like, for instance, you're doing online poker, here's one that's already made for you. But even if you just like the style of this one, you can always go in and make changes to it so that it's not a poker one, but still makes sense, okay? So I can look in here and find one that we want. Why smartphones? Spiritual laws of yoga, growing a confident kid. All these different templates in here. So smartphone device tips. All right. So let's say that I'm going to be getting the iPhone 14 coming soon, and I want to make a video about that. So maybe I can sell some iPhones through Amazon. Okay. We're going to hit use, and smartphone devices tips. That's in there. Because we haven't done one of these before, we can leave it as that if we want, or we can give it another name. So I could say Ray's phone video. And if you created folders, you can come over here and you can put it into your folder. I've just got the all presentations right now. Okay. Now notice here it says presentations auto saves every 5 minutes. Always a good thing. So we're going to hit create. And that's going to pull up the video template here. Okay. And so here we go. We can take a look at this. Now, this one here looks like 10 slides in it, which most of them seem to have about 10 slides in there. And the way that this works is you can go through and you can look at all the different slides. Now, notice we've already got transition in there. We can go in and we can change that if we want. We're going to start off over here, and we can make some changes to this just by coming in here and typing. So mobile and smart devices, maybe we want to change this to phones. So there we go. It's that simple. It's just like using Keynote or PowerPoint or Google Slides. You just come in here, make your changes. So that part is really simple. And although it has a lot of beautiful templates, it is as easy to use as those. In fact, easier, because you can do some things that are a little bit different with that. Okay, so in here, if you want to make any changes, you can do that. If you want to change the backgrounds, you can do that. If you want to add images, you can do any of that stuff in here. And over on the right-hand side, you'll see all your different editing tools. And depending upon what you're clicking on, you can see those tools are going to change. So when I click on the background, you can see here's what we have for changes. And if I click on the text, you'll see that the tool set changes here. So for instance, let's say we want to change other things in here. So if we want to, we can come in and we can turn on and off bold if we wanted to change any of that. Okay, so that's already bold, so we can italicize it. Boop. You can underline it. Okay. And of course you can change whether it's justified left, right, or center. You can come in here, you can change colorings. If you come up here, you can change the font. You can change the letter spacing and the line spacing. Lots of different fonts in here. Look at all these fonts. That's like a ton of fonts in there. Gotta love that. Okay. If you need to do any ordering of different things, so if you got different items, you can restack them. Okay. You can add a hyperlink. And now, obviously, if you make a video out of this, the hyperlink isn't going to do anything, but when you make it as a slideshow, the hyperlink will actually work. And the great thing about this is when you make a slideshow, you know, when you think about making a slideshow, people think of Keynote or they think of PowerPoint, and you create a slideshow and then you present it on stage or whatever. In this case here, you can actually take your slideshows and you can create an online presentation that you can send to people, and they can go through it and they can click on the links as they go through that. If you want to add different things to your slide, you can do that, like right here. Click on that. We can choose images here. We've got all these different stock images that are built into it. If you wanted to add any of those, you could. Just a ton of assets in here for you. So for whatever reason we wanted to add a bird, we would just click on that. That's pretty ugly, so we will undo that. Okay, so, but if you wanted to do that, you can certainly do that. And of course, inside of here as well, aside from all of the stock stuff, you've got your images if you upload any here. You've got system images. You can bring things in from the web. You got different backgrounds. And you got web icons or automatically built in here that you can be using, and cutout pics that are already in here as well. So all of this is built right in. So if you want to use any of this in your projects, you can do that. Of course, this is a really beautiful little template here. So I like this. This is actually very nice. So once we have our first slide here the way we like it, we just keep on going into the next one. Okay. And so now we can give this one a title. Why the iPhone 14. And then I could say just to annoy Android users, right? There we go. All right. So you can come in here, you can create your slides very, very easily, and you can have a lot of fun with this. Now, one thing you can do with this, by the way, if you need to make any changes to this, like let's say, you know what, I don't need all of these slides that are in here. Any of these slides you can delete just by clicking that there, deleting it out, boop, there it goes. So I know that, for instance, when we were doing a quick little demo the other day, one of the things that Chad brought up was the way that he likes to build these types of things. And I'm going to show you that here because we can do that nice and easily. So actually, let's get rid of this one because it's kind of plain Jane. So if we get rid of all of these, and we can leave our front one here because maybe we like this as our front one, but then we want to use this. Well, you can actually duplicate these very easily. And so that each of your slides has that same look, you just come in and you make your changes to here, and then you make your changes to this one, and it all kind of looks and works the same. So you make a beautiful slideshow very, very quickly. And there's a lot more that you can do with this because if you come down here, you notice there's a lot of different options. So for one, we can come into our actual settings for this, and you've got your main fonts and background. You can choose all of that here. You can use a header. Here's the header color palette, the subheading color palette, paragraph color palette. Okay. You got over here, you can add your logo in here. You can see the current logo is the Prezentar logo, but we can add our own just by browsing and picking our own logo. So if I wanted to have mine, I could just do Ray 1400 to find it. There it is. Choose that. And so now my logo will be the one that is associated with this. Okay, and we can hit apply. And boom, there we go. So now that's going to be associated with that. We don't have it on here, but it is going to be associated with that. All right. And that'll be in the player, by the way, like it says here, show player logo. And then in the slide transitions, we could choose the different transition. Right now we have slide right to left, but we could come in here and we could say slide upward. Now this is going to apply this universally to all the slides. So if we go to the next one, you'll see, boop, there it is. Okay. It's going to apply it to all of those. Now you can do other types of animation in here as well. So for instance, if we click on one of our, maybe this here, you can actually do animation over here as well. And that's going to allow you to make things transition in and out. And you can do that with, pretty much anything. You can do that with images as well. So if you wanted to animate the images, you can do that. All you have to do is just check out. You can see, like when we click on the image, all the different things that you have. If you hover over it, you can see it gives you the option of what it is. So cropping an image, and this is the border width, and this is the border color, and this is the effect, and this is the opacity, this is the hyperlink, and this is the arrange order, and this is the lock, and this is the rotate. Okay, and if we go up to our effects, you can do all sorts of things. From static here, you could change it, like for instance, blurs, dark shadows, glows, grayscale, hue, purple filter, radials, round corners, saturate, sepia, soft edge, stamp. So if we click on like the blur, you can see it turns it into a blur, and you'll see the little icon in the corner here. If you want to turn that off, you just hit none. You can add any of these in here that you'd like. Let's do like this purple filter. Boom, there you go. Extra saturation, which actually that looks pretty good. I like that. So that's what you can do in here. Entrance. Okay, this is going to be blur to sharp. Okay, so that's going to, when, yeah, there you go. You see the little effect there. So you can do gray to color. So watch, it's going to change color. Oop. Over time, it's going to turn back into a color image. Look at that. Pan left. And this is the part that you're going to see. It's going to be moving all the time, but you're going to see inside there. Zoom down. It's a nice little effect there. Zoom in. Okay. And of course, we can always do none if we want to go back to normal. Hover. We can do a 3D rotate. Okay, so basically what that means is as people are watching, they hover over it. And boop, there it goes. Okay, and that's great for all sorts of things. You can, get people's attention by doing that. Again, you can turn it to none if you want. You got all sorts of different things in there. And a loop. So if you want to do a 3D rotate loop, you just click on that, and it's just going to go forever. Amoeba. Bounce. Boing. Flashlight. Okay, so all these effects can be added onto pretty much any element that you want in order to make a really cool effect with that. And so that's how you edit these, get your stuff put together. Now, when you're done, this is where it gets fun, okay? So here, by the way, you've got your sound icon, so you can add your audio if you want to here. This here is your preview. So if we hit the preview button, it's going to make a little preview for us. There we go. Boom. And you can see we got the left and right icons here. So when this is put onto as a presentation, people can come in and they can control it themselves. Okay. Now, obviously, once you make it a video, then it's literally going to be a video. So they're not going to be able to do that anymore. It's going to do that automatically over time. And then over here, you got the rest of your buttons here. You've got your add elements. If you want to add something to this, you just click on here. You can add text, image, media, shapes. Okay. You can come in here. And you can save. It's going to close your menu. This is going to be allowing you to download the actual presentation. And this is going to let you share the presentation. And again, this is when you share this, okay, you share it to either any of these here. What that's going to do is that's going to create that presentation that we saw in the preview. So when you share this to Facebook, people are going to click on that. They're going to be able to control that. They're going to go to that site, and it's going to be right there. That presentation is going to be there full screen. They're going to be able to interact with it, okay? Once you make it a video, by downloading it here, so you can download it as a video. Once it's a video, obviously it's a video. They're not going to be able to click on things at that point in time, but you can download it also as a PDF or as HTML. So you can do any of those things in here. Now, one other thing I do want to show you, because I think this is kind of interesting. So let's say that we come into this one here, and maybe we're going to get rid of this image. Because one of the things that you can do when you add an element in here is to add media. Now, you can add text like you did here. You can add an image like was already there. You can add a shape if you need to. But this is the really exciting thing. You add media. You can add video, audio. You can record, or you can do a gallery. So I'm going to do video here. And you'll see you get to select where you want it to come from. Do you have some sort of an embed code? So this would be great if you've got an embed code from some third-party site, Vimeo, or YouTube. So we'll click on YouTube here, and then you just paste the YouTube URL. So let me go grab a YouTube video here. All right, we got this one right here. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to paste that in. Okay, and you can even choose the times that you want to use for this, so the video duration and everything. Slide duration. Okay, so we can hit add. Whoop, and there's our video. Okay. So now we can place our video in here. We can resize it if we need to. Just like so. We could even put it up here if we wanted to. And we could maybe rearrange things because, I don't like the way that is. It's kind of cutting off. So we're going to change that like this. Come in here and change this a little bit. Like so. And then we can make our video bigger again if we want. Okay. And there we go. So now we've got our video in there. And of course, just like with everything else, you've got your options that you can mess around with that here. So if you click on this, this is going to allow you to make some changes. So video delay, you can add a delay into the video there. And you can see what it's going to do is it's going to give a start delay. Okay. So when we say video delay, it's going to give a little delay before it starts. And then you've got your duration here. So you can tell it how long do you want this to go. So if I want this to go 1 minute, okay, I can do that. And then the whole slide duration is going to be the same as that there. So we can do an update. Boom, there we go. All right, there's our video inside of there. And then once the presentation goes, you'll have a video inside there. So this is great if you want to have some text and then a video and then go to the next slide. I mean, you can do great presentations because of this. And if we go in here and we actually do a preview on this, we'll show you how this all works. Okay.
We all know how important it is to stay hydrated, especially during the summer months.
Okay, and there's our video. And then we can go back and make more edits if we need to. And again, you can have some fun with this. You can do all sorts of cool things. If you wanted to, you can come in here and you can add all those same things, like dark shadows. Okay, you can add a glow. You can still do all the same things that you were doing before. All right, and there you go. So that's how you create your presentations. And like I said, once you're done, you can share it out and you're going to automatically allow people to come in and view your presentation. Great for business presentations, by the way, where maybe you need to send somebody somewhere because you're not going to be doing a live presentation. Well, you can send them to your presentation, have it run, and boom, they can just kind of key through it as they need to. So great for anybody trying to do presentations online. And of course, downloading it as a video, then you can do whatever you need to with that afterwards. Put it on YouTube, put it on Vimeo, whatever you need to do. So that is Prezentar in a nutshell. Now, there are some other things I do want to show you. If we go back out. So you got a few other things here. If you're going to make a video sales letter, you can do that in here as well. Okay. You also got the X Factor, like we showed earlier. The Halo 3D. Now, this is kind of a cool little flip book effect that you can create in here. So like this one is one that I was kind of messing around with. I'll show you what that kind of does. And again, I believe this might be I'm not sure if this is an upsell or not, but come in here. Your presentation is going to be on this nice little background, and watch what it does. It literally turns it into a little flip book. Kind of fun. So it just changes it from a traditional slideshow into this nice little flip book effect, which is kind of cool and a lot of fun. Okay, and then over here, got your job finder. So if you need to do that, you can do that. And last but not least, learn. We all need to learn, and this is where you're going to be able to do that. Jump in here. You're going to learn all about the different parts of the program itself, and hopefully then start to make some really cool stuff. So there you go. That is Prezentar. And again, the main reason that this is so cool is that if you need to make a video for a video sales letter, you need to make a video for a presentation, you can do it right from here. Anywhere in the world, you can grab anybody's computer, log in and do that, have all sorts of great effects, export it out as a video, upload it to YouTube or whatever you have to do, save it as a presentation, give the presentation to people, have it available publicly so people can click on it and go through a presentation on your latest software, your latest product, whatever it happens to be. You can do that with Prezentar. Excellent program. And with 220 templates, you don't get that inside of PowerPoint. You don't get that inside of Keynote. And of course, you don't get to do all that other stuff. And it doesn't make videos in PowerPoint and Keynote as easily as it does here. So this does a better job of making the little videos out of it. So in any case, that's Prezentar. If you got questions about any of this, of course, please feel free to reach out. We do have the webinar that we're doing. And then, of course, after that, you can ask any questions that you have just by reaching out to me, as I'll be glad to answer them as best I can. So with that, I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Enjoy making videos with Prezentar, and we'll talk to you soon.